maybe it's time to take a look at how very quickly we can create some interesting lighting ideas. So we do something here and there, and then for the other stuff. I have in this design, by the way, the background and the sky texture running. So I will set this simply to the night. If you do not have this and you just have the gray color or strength, just turn it off to 0. This building I will hide. Now I would like to put a nice big illuminating element below, maybe a cube. Again, what can be very useful is explore basic shapes. Snap to face, 3D cursor, left mouse button click, hold control, snapped under it. Perfect. So then Shift A, giving me a plane. This plane, let's see, we can scale this a little bit. So 35 by 12, okay. Edit mode, ease down by -5 inches. Very good. Then in object mode, you see this has a scale factor. Apply, because now when I go into edit mode, when I press I get a beautiful offset. I is this inset face. E for extrude a little bit up. Cool. Okay, so why did I do this? Let's give this whole thing a color. Here, and we call this light body. And I will make this maybe kind of like dark. Very good. Now, this material was given to everything here. Because I am shaded mode, solid, everything looks grayish. I can, if I want to, change this color. This is not what it will render. This is simply only a signal color. I will actually change this back to the original thing. Little tip, we can also go random color. You see how everything has a random color. Now, this material I would like to change, because this is where the where the light should be. Okay, so plus new, and this is now I call this light emission material. And all my lights will share exactly the same material to make it easier. Emission, there's my color and strength, maybe 10. But this isn't applied yet. So with this with this face selected, click assign. So if we now go to this, there you see already this is brighter. This actually this is kind of like a material preview. And then here, ooh, this is cool. Look at that. Sure, just with that piece. Okay. Huh? That's actually quite nice. So what else can we do creatively with the light? Maybe we would, since this is cut, I would like to have from the ceiling something hanging down. Okay, so I will just simply set my cursor to here, hold control, snap, thank you, bye-bye. Actually, I will keep this on, and then there I will say cylinder, thank you. The radius 12 is way too much. What about 2? Yeah, 2 looks good. Maybe 3. And that's too much. 2. Thank you. Depth, maybe 10. 14. 1.5. Good. Go up. Thank you. So I'll do the following. I will go into I press Shift H, that hides everything else. Then I give this thing here lamp, or light, how did I call this? Light body. See, I typed in the name. Thank you. Then I go into edit mode, select this, and I and E plus here light emission. I typed EM assign. Thank you. So now I can select this top here. Say E for extrude, S for scale, and E for extrude. Might be useful to see the building. There it is. And make this nice and long. In object mode, now I can bring this up. Snap. Alt H. Show me everything H. Show me everything. It's getting late. Show me everything else. So Alt H. H is height. What's selected? Alt H, unhide. Actually, Shift H is then hide everything that's not selected. Okay, how does this work? Yeah, it's shooting out light, but because it's such a small thing, it's not really doing really that much. Maybe this one here, this light I select in height. Yeah. So what happens when I move this closer down? There, now you can see it does a little bit more. Okay. What about I move this one to here and then I do an array modifier, maybe 4 pieces, maybe 6 pieces. Okay, now powers through strength through numbers. Can bring this one up, maybe there. Snap to that. And edit mode, AA, select all this. Maybe get this a little bit closer there. Okay. So because this is a rather weak light, in this case, I will say bake, and maybe this I will call emission small, knowing this is a small surface. That's kind of like the logic. Maybe I make this 50. You see now I shoot more energy through that small area. Yeah. Alt H, and then this one still has, for example, a 10. Okay, no, that works. Let's say more. Where can we do interesting playthings? Okay, so we have here this cube. This cube, whoops, Shift D, I bring to there. Move this up, move this down. Shift D and R. G, Shift-D and R, Shift-D, R, Shift-D, Shift-D. Okay, and then you here, I take the top face and move this one up in edit mode. So, emission, maybe there. Give this cube that material. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Control L to link the material. All these cubes now have that material. How is that going to look? Ta-da! Look at that. Now we turn these cubes into lamps. That looks actually pretty fun. Yeah. We can also be as crazy and say here for the outside. Let's turn that into. Let's make this bright. How is that going to work? Like neon. They're going to be blind. I need shades during the night. Yeah, but I mean, why not? No, this is all again. Be playful. We also have, where is that table? Here we have yeah, this table here. I want to see what else can I do with this table. I will select this bench and Shift D, make a copy, and then I will select this chair. No, I have these here. Shift D, bring this over. Edit mode, face select the top face and bring this down a little bit. Thank you. And then GZ, hold control and snap on that face. Thank you. There. Just make a random copy of here. And now I will select this. I will give this a new material. Maybe call this furniture default. So it's kind of like white. And what I have to do is I will apply the Solidify modifier. Shift H. Why did I do this? Now when I go into edit mode, look at that. I can select all these interior faces. They exist now. These faces, I can, you guessed it, give a material. Alt H, rotate the view, Z and render. There is like shooting coming from the inside. You notice already render time is increasing. Lighting takes a little bit of time. Yeah, okay, cool. This is also maybe here a funny thing. So edit mode, Control R, click, go down. Then this whole thing we give again, maybe we had this default, furniture default, okay. So this whole thing has this material. In edit mode, alt click on this edge. No, alt click this edge there to just select this rim. Plus, and then here emission and assign. We give this a slight glow around. Or here I make this base one more time. A, select all this. Shift D, move this to there. A U, maybe go to, I don't know. Don't like you go to there. You go to here. Look how quickly I'm generating all these variations. Sometimes just mindless doodling can create pretty cool results. So all this I would like to join in. So Alt H. So everything else is hidden. Edit mode. Now what I will do is I will press E for extrude and escape, and then, oh wait, hold on. Undo. Manifold. Yeah, that's what I thought. And that doesn't work in this case. Okay. Never mind. Extrude along. Yeah. Okay, well, this way it works. So hold on. So you see here this click and hold, extrude along normal. Oh, we push this in a little bit. We end up with this chunk here. So I click on the stuff, X and delete. Very good. And then if we want to be precise, we don't really see this, so it doesn't really matter. We can select the bottom, clean this up. Maybe give this basic material again. And then here, all this furniture default. And then you are emission. Oh, can't even spell default correctly. Yeah, it's really late. Alt H. Let's take a look. Hey, let's peek through the window. Yeah. So here the light is really like flush with the wall. There we don't really see this, but the light is actually more in the, has a little bit of an inset. Goody. So, yeah. What else can we maybe do in terms of how to create lights? Because we have a table, really interesting. Maybe can we create a light sitting on a table? I will maybe Alt H. I will go to this table. Okay, so there. Click on Control, Shift A, circle, way too big. 2. There we are. in edit mode. No, extrude region. Yeah. F to fill, E to go up, E to go up, and S. Then this whole thing, we give this default material again. And then I select all these faces and then those plus emission, small, emission. Oh, I didn't hit the sign. There. Now we have a nice light actually that's shining on the ground, shining on the table. Something like this we can also take and Shift D, R 180 in this view, bring this up, show the building. S and Shift Z, we just make it bigger. Move this down. I mean, how does this look when we rotate it and put it under the ceiling? Or we Shift D RY 90, G and snap, Shift D, hold Control snap, Shift D, hold Control snap, and we put this onto the wall. Yeah. Spheres are also a really interesting part too. So since we're out here, maybe we would like to have a sphere. So 3D cursor, click Control there, Shift A and sphere. Sphere is kind of big. S scale, move this up a little bit. Then I go to side view and I will go view frame selected, Z and wireframe, enter edit mode, AA, select all this, X and yeah, delete faces. Again, default material. B, select everything else besides this rim at the bottom, plus, and then emission. And assign. And then right click, shade smooth. Snap there. Maybe here, this is a little bit too crazy. Let's go back. But what happens if we give this place some interesting glowing globes? And then I will go ahead, edit mode, Edge Alt, click this ring, Shift S cursor to selected, in object mode, set the 3D cursor, and now I can scale these even very easily. And one more, S, and few more copies of that. Oh, look at that. It doesn't look too bad. You might get an idea where this is going to lead to. So, yeah. So there was one request also, metaballs. What can we do with metaballs? Another really interesting piece. That's going to be the last technique. We are going to create two type of light fixtures on a stand, and then maybe something on the wall. First, I will maybe go to here. Okay, so 3D cursor, click Control, then Shift A, circle, and 4 inches. Let's say 8 inches. Edit mode, E, Z, maybe 2 inches. Okay, 1 inch. E and S to scale it down. E and Z to go up. Okay. So kind of like with a small base, the base is way too tiny. So I select with Alt and Shift click these edges, S and Shift Z, make this bigger. Then AA, I'll click this, no, yep, this ring, bring this up. This looks better. Right click an object and Q. And now on top, I would like to put something. So Shift A, meta ball, bring this up to there. Okay. Shift D and Z. Ooh, what's going on? Shift D and Z. Oh, well, welcome to meta balls. You see there are like fluid droplets. Okay, it's a quite cool technology actually. We have something here, view resolution, when you select them, and we can scale them to, and scale, and scale. They all don't need to be exactly the same scale. So we can have smaller pieces. And bigger pieces. Shift D, G, and Z, go up. But you can get the idea that, oh, this means I can then create kind of like some interesting structures. Kind of like, woo. Now this, how could I say that? It's nice and fluid. And then those, I have to select the masterpiece, and you see that everything is highlighted. Emission, and I think this should be it. Yeah. These do not need to get that material. This is kind of like the master, and these are feeding into it. The master is actually the first piece we created. Meta, and then you see meta 01, 06. Yeah. If you Google meta balls, there are a lot of videos for it, also in the Blender manual. But I thought this is actually a pretty cool tool to show you how we can then create something like this. The system is a little bit finicky, so Shift D, yeah, we can do then something like this. Now, so we can continue working with them. So you and you, maybe we can order something like this, maybe look on the outside here on the wall. This is Y, R, Y, and 90. So I simply create a nice structure and then Shift D and Y, I add more to it, and Shift D and Y. Shift D, G, and Y. No, it's a Z now. There. So you kind of like then have a glowing bits of goo on it. And look at that, how it shoots light actually out onto the space. Also pretty cool. Now, I needed to be careful that I don't put this through the wall. If this is something that should be on the ground, now obviously I can select all these. Yep. Then Shift D, R90. There's the ground. I make it just barely stick through. Yeah, kind of like this. That's actually also quite cool. Okay, very good. I kind of like covered a lot of the modeling techniques. how to slice geometry. Like if, let's say you have a cube, do insets. It's pretty much variations on it. So I feel like this is a good overview over maybe how to do a light that's cylindrical, spherical, blob, cube, or even applied to a furniture piece. For example, here, one last funny trick. Okay, so we take this and then that's like, again, you need to have fun with this stuff. So default, whoop. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to edit mode. I will select this one face and then say view selected. It zooms into it, and then let's see. It selects actually all this. That is not what I wanted. I will do the following. I click on this loop, press Y, click on this loop here, press Y. Y means it's disconnecting it. And then when I click this and press L, you see it selects all these faces that are inside. So now this, I can give this material again. Now to join everything back, I select A and then say select everything, merged by distance, and that should be it. Yeah. There. No, there's lots of light that's inside that that furniture piece. Okay, like a screaming opening. Okay, and good night.